Part 3, Crushed. College. Chapter 21, Moving In. Adam had the last load of stuff to bring into the dorm room on the 5th floor. Carrying this much weight, he had to use the elevator. It was iffy. He'd instead use the stairs when possible. The dorm was located on one side of the bayou, with classes on the other side. The bridge had wide sidewalks. It would be nice looking at the water every day. He dropped the load onto the bed on the left side. He got the first choice of side since his roommate was not there yet. I'll leave a note for whoever saying I'll be back after work. I've got just enough time to get across town. He was working at a family-owned antique business. He and his co-worker, Tim, stayed in the back refinishing what the owners found at auctions. They removed old varnish, sanded, then reapplied a dark oak varnish. It was the favorite color, except when dealing with cherry wood. It deserved special attention. Adam pulled into the antique owner's driveway and stepped out of his two-door Toyota Corolla. It ran, that's all that mattered. "Hey, Tim, what are we doing today?" Adam asked, stepping into the little tin building with no windows or air conditioning. "Tables." "What parts are you doing?" "Why do you even ask? You know they prefer the way you do the tops. You get them perfect and I always have problems. I'm doing the base as usual because you're too slow." "Do you think you could work on the base while sitting on steps again? Takes a lot of room to handle this tabletop in this little 10 by 10 space." "Sure. At least we're not stripping today. I had enough of inhaling those vapors yesterday. I don't like having to leave work early because we can't stop laughing or stand up." "Yeah." "Are you going to the airport lounge tonight and play pool?" Tim asked. "No, I just got my stuff thrown in the dorm room. I need to straighten it out and meet the roommate." "All right, but there's supposed to be a lot of planes landing." The lounge was at the airport on the 2nd floor. It had windows along the runway wall. A great place to watch air traffic, which was rare. "You going to keep working here now that school started?" Tim asked. "I wouldn't if that guidance counselor at high school would have told me I had a scholarship. Instead, she told me not to bother. My grades were not good enough. When I arrived on campus, they told me they'd given it to someone else. I need this job to pay off my student loan, insurance, gas, and my tab at the airport lounge." "Same here," Tim said as they got to work. "You ready to play Name That Song?" "Sure." It was a competition. Adam and Tim tried to beat each other by naming the song in the group first, a way to pass the time. It took an average of 3 notes before one of them got it. 5 notes was at the most. However, there were times that Adam guessed it before the song started. Tim said that it was cheating somehow when that happened. Adam was unpacking his room when Buck walked in from the bathroom connecting to the next room. "Hey, I'm Buck Forrest. How's your roommate? Come through the bathroom and meet the guys next door. They make the best ramen noodles. They're cooking in an electric coffee pot and then add stuff like onions and carrots." That was Buck. Never met a stranger. The noodles were just noodles. Adam could not see why Buck was raving about them. Perhaps it was because he already had a few beers in him, even though it was forbidden to have alcohol in the dorms. Buck thought it was just a suggestion. "Hey, we're going to the library. Want to go?" "To the library? School hasn't even started yet." "Not that library. The library." "I'm confused." "Follow me, and you'll get it." They walked past the parking lot and away from the building where classes are held. They took a right before they got to the stadium, then crossed another bridge over the bayou, took a left, and followed the bayou along the main road. The sign on the first building read, "The Library." It was a bar. Buck laughed. "If anybody asks, you can say you're going to the library and they think the one with the books." Buck led him to a table against a large window overlooking the bayou. There were a dozen people there, and Buck remembered half their names. Not too bad considering he had just met them that day. He immediately started up a game of quarters. It's where you roll a quarter off your nose and bounce it off the table into a glass of beer. If you make it, you pick someone to drink. If you miss, then you drink. "I know how to play this game. Getting drunk numbs all my senses. I can be like everybody else. This is going to be fun." They all helped each other as they stumbled late at night back to the dorms. There were several close calls with the water, but everyone made it back safely. Now that's how you meet a roommate, and I never heard anyone's thoughts. That's nice, Adam thought, not respecting the future hangover. Chapter 22. Buck. Drinking, hangover, classes. That was the theme of the first semester. Adam's classes were geared toward pharmacy, just as his parents wanted. The group of people Adam met that first day at the library became drinking buddies. Once he discovered alcohol numbed his odd senses, drinking became the rule and not the exception. His co-worker at the antique business joined the drinking group even though he went to the rival school. Adam's evenings of alcohol were split between the library and the airport lounge. Most of his weekly paycheck was spent at the airport lounge playing pool on weekends. Buck, of course, was happy to join in everything. "Hello," Buck said, answering the phone. They had been drinking again and just walked into the dorm room. "Bullshit. You want to bet?" "I know, I could." "You don't know what you're talking about." "I dare you." "You'd never do it. Prove it." "I'll even give you $20. Buck hung up the phone. "Who is that?" "Two girls say they would come over to the dorm room and have sex for $20. Someone's playing games. They'll never show up." Within 5 minutes, there was a knock on the door. Adam and Buck looked at each other. Buck answered the door. "I told you we'd show up," the young lady said. "I thought you were joking. I didn't believe you'd come. Come on in. I'm Buck, and this is Adam. What are y'all's names?" "You don't need to know our names. We're here because you didn't believe us, and you said you'd give us $20. "I know you," the first lady said to Adam. "Really? Where from?" "High school. You were there only 1 year, but I remember someone pointing you out. For some reason it stuck. I'll take him," she said, moving to Adam while removing her clothes along the way. "Well, then you're mine," the more petite girl with long hair said to Buck as she moved to him undressing. Buck gave Adam a sideways grin. They began to undress. "No," said the long-haired girl to Buck. "We're going to do it," she said, removing Buck's shirt. The girls watched each other, making sure they were doing the same thing simultaneously. "You want the lights off?" Adam asked, pulling back the bed sheets. "No. How will we see what we're doing?" "No on that," she said, pointing to the bed sheets. She threw all the sheets off the bed, leaving only the plastic-covered dorm mattress. The long-haired girl followed her lead. The night progressed with Buck and Adam feeling like amateurs. 4 bodies merged into one at times. One lady yelled at the other, "Look at me, I'm a cowgirl." The other lady is cheering her on. It was the wildest night both young men had experienced. The evening finished with the first lady saying, "We're leaving. Give us our $20. "I don't have $20, Buck said. "What? You lied." The ladies were furious. "And what about you?" she said, pointing at Adam. "I don't have it. I didn't even know who was on the phone." "We'll give you this one for free, only because I know you from high school. Never happening again. Got it?" "Yeah," Buck said, closing the door. "Holy shit, that was wild," Buck said, then looking a bit concerned. "I hope she didn't get pregnant." They were drunk, and it happened so fast they forgot about condoms. They both fell asleep, bed coverings still on the floor. Adam woke the following day to answer the phone. Buck was not in his bed. Hello?" "Get down to room 156. It was Buck. "What? Why?" "Just get down here. Now. Room 156. "All right," Adam said. He dressed while trying to manage another hangover. This time he was taking the elevator. Adam asked, "Why did I come down here?" He looked in and several other guys were filling the small room. Some he recognized from drinking at the library. Some grinning. Some laughing. Buck pulled him in. "Your friend Tim set us up. They got to our room so quickly because they were in this room when they called. That's when they knew who to call. It was all planned." The room roared with laughter and jabs. "I'm the only one worried about pregnancy. Yours was already pregnant." More howls of laughter. One of the guys said, "That poor baby. Imagine what it's seeing. Hitting it over the head over and over. Ow, ow, ow." More laughter, jabs, jokes. Then it was time for Adam to get to class. "I don't like this hangover part." A few weeks passed since that night with the girls. There was no need for modesty after that. Everything was out in the open, except what Adam considered his dark path, the strange happenings in his life. They continued when he was not drinking, and he drank a lot. He liked having friends, even if they were just drinking buddies. Still, this feeling of being alone in a crowd remained. Adam had some time between classes and was sitting under a large oak tree on the edge of campus. He liked being away from people, away from their emotions and thoughts. There was something about this tree. It was old, solid, and away from the other trees. He felt a connection. He would sit there and talk to it about the odd things that happened. It was just as much a friend to him as his drinking buddies. "Hello." Adam turned around to find a skinny young man with long hair. Why he was out here? There was no reason for anyone to come out here. "Hi, I'm Francis." "I'm Adam." "What are you doing out here sitting under a tree?" "I'm gonna risk it. Just needed to talk some things out, and it seems to listen as good as anybody else." "Do you really think it's listening?" "I don't know. Maybe. This tree seems to be more alive than others. I think that some things are alive like that. Things other people ignore." Francis smiled. "You know, I just read about this cork tree in Portugal. They can live to be hundreds of years old. They say that tree is magical or something. People go there for all kinds of things, saying the cork from it is special. You believe that?" "Sure. Why not?" Adam was revealing more about himself. His girlfriend from junior high school, Tara, was the only one he had ever let into his crazy little world. Adam began to feel a little uncomfortable, but the conversation was going so well, he didn't want to screw things up. "Take it slow." "I've got to get to class. I come here a lot. Maybe I'll see you again." "Sure, I'll look for you. I think I'll try what you did, sit here and talk to a tree." "See you later." "Bye." Adam headed back to the dorm. "That went well. I'll make a point to visit that tree more often." "Hey, Buck, what are you up to?" Adam was just entering the dorm as Buck was leaving. Buck grinned, showing he was up to something. "I just got paid $100, and I'm going to buy some weed." "Weed?" "Yeah, I met these other people and introduced me to an older lady who lives off campus. She smokes weed and sells it. I've been to her place a few times, and I'm going to go visit her now. Want to go?" "Sure, I got nothing else to do." As they drove, Adam said, "You don't have a job. How did you get paid $100? "Well, there was this older man who wanted 3 college guys to do some modeling." He held up his hands and said the word modeling, singling quotation marks. "He paid us each $100. Adam was confused. "Modeling?" "Yeah, nude modeling. All 3 of us at the same time." "Whoa. Did anything happen?" "Yeah, that whole thing was weird, but I'm not turning down $100. Forget about it. We're almost at Billy's. Did I tell you she's a witch?" "A witch? Like a real witch?" "Yeah, Billy does tarot cards and stuff. It's cool. Nothing crazy. Just smoking weed, really." Buck was right. It was an older lady with white hair, thin and a little suspicious of Adam at first. She quickly realized everything was okay and let them in the door. It was a small, one-room apartment. It didn't look witchy at all. Some fabrics with unusual patterns hanging on the wall, but nothing outlandish. It didn't take long for Buck to purchase his marijuana. She offered some of it for them to smoke. "Have you smoked before?" Billy asked Adam. "Yes, once in high school." "Nothing's changed." She lit a joint and passed it to Buck, who gave it to Adam. The joint made the usual rounds. "I know. I can give you a tarot card reading while you're here. You want me to?" "Yeah, that'd be awesome. Maybe I'll be rich one day. I'll be first, Adam. You next." Billy pulled out a deck of tarot cards and began turning them over in a pattern. "Buck, your situation has to do with a woman from your recent past. There are a couple of possible ways this goes, but it looks like your hopes are realized. You seem to get the outcome you want." Buck got excited. "That's all true. It's what's happening. I don't want her to be pregnant, and I get it." "Nice. Adam, you next." "I don't think so. I'm not like everybody else." "Go on, do it. I did it. Now it's your turn." "All right, but I can tell you what you're going to get. The first time you'll get a result that is as horrible as it can get. Then if you do it a second time, it'll reveal the most positive cards you could possibly get." "You never know what the cards will do," Billy said. "I'm telling you what they're going to do. It's just the way my life works." I'm telling her. She doesn't believe me. You would think a witch might sense something. "Deal the cards," Buck said. Billy began turning over cards, a surprised look on her face. Her look intensified as she turned over each card. She did not even try to explain. She just said, "They are all negative. This is the worst possible layout of the cards I've ever seen. This one card never shows up. How did you know this was going to happen? It's my life. Do it again, Buck said. Billy began turning over cards as she had done before. This time her look resembled astonishment, then fear as she looked at Adam. Once again, she did not even try to explain. These are all positive. The most positive way these cards could have been placed. This card is the most positive in the deck. I can't deal with this right now. I need to get out of this room right now. Let's go outside and smoke. She forced a laugh and ushered them out the door. Lighting up, she said, that's much better. Outside smoking. The night air with stars, a few clouds above. That's magic, she said. Adam raised his eyebrows as he looked at her. She caught the look and was about to ask him a question. Then Adam looked up at the sky and began staring. This caused both Buck and Billy to do the same. A huge blue meteor shot through the sky as they looked up. It was low. The clouds flashed, as they did with lightning when the meteor passed through them. Billy freaked out. That's it. That's it. I can't do this. It's too much. I can't handle it. Leave. Don't be here anymore. She ran to the front door, slamming it behind her. What was that all about? The meteor was so cool. Maybe Billy just had too much to smoke. She's probably been smoking all day. I'll come back another time and check on her. Let's go. Smoking all day? Yeah, that's probably it. It keeps happening. I even scared a witch. I can't talk to anybody. Adam left feeling more alone than ever. Perhaps it was the smoking or the meteor's impact on the group. Still, he had forgotten all about meeting Frances earlier the same day. Chapter 23. House Party. Months blurred between the airport lounge and the library. Then a few semesters in, a third bar opened called The Post. It was added to the rotation. It had the cheapest pitchers of beer and soon became the favorite. There were about a dozen in the gang, including Tim, Adam's co-worker. The most popular was Tyrone. It wasn't a real party without him. He was always laughing and fun to be around. Adam was the tag-along, still figuring out how to blend in with others. Buck was the one who constantly met new friends and got the group invited to parties. Buck had gotten an invite to an open party at a fraternity house. Everyone was invited because it was rush week. Every fraternity on campus had an open party. The larger fraternities could be rude, but the smaller ones turned out to be great at welcoming newcomers. There was jungle juice on the kitchen table and kegs of beer in the backyard like all the others. "You're right, Buck. They are friendly and really wanted everybody to come to their party," Adam said. "Hey, I feel right at home here," Tyrone said. "Free alcohol. You know we're going to show up. There's even a DJ and dancing," Buck said. "Grab some beers. Let's start by playing quarters." "We're playing Gilligan over here if you want to join us," someone shouted from the living room. An episode of the TV show Gilligan's Island was playing. Every time a character on the show said Gilligan, everyone had to take a drink. "Thanks, but I'm sticking with quarters. There's plenty of room on this kitchen table," Buck said as a few others joined in. "I've got to be careful right now. Drinking loosens me up enough that I might talk about some of the things that happened to me. If I can drink fast enough and get drunk, it all stops." Adam and the rest continued to play quarters, with Buck clearly winning. Tonight, Buck focused on his new friend in the fraternity, sending all beers to him. "Hey, I like that song, Girls on Film. I'm going to go dance," Adam said, moving toward the dance floor. "He's not playing that song," Buck yelled across the room. Just then, the DJ flipped to a new song. It was the song Adam expected. He didn't notice the guy drinking a beer at the kitchen sink turn and look at him. Adam entered the dance floor and started dancing. He thought, "I'm dancing by myself, just like that girl Dean back in high school. At least there's music this time." "I got a joke," someone yelled to the dancers. "When is a door not a door?" "When it's ajar." Adam broke out in laughter. The other dancers looked at him. "What?" "You laughed and I hadn't got to the punchline yet." "Oops, sorry." Adam handed off the dance floor to get another drink. "Crap, I heard the punchline in my head. I need more to drink," he thought as he passed the same guy that had noticed something odd about him earlier. He found Adam out back pouring a beer from one of the kegs. "Hi, I'm Eric. This is my wife, Tina. We're about to head out and wanted a beer for the road." "I'm Adam. Want me to pour?" "Sure, thanks." "You go to school here?" "Yeah, both of us. Tina's going into nursing. I'm thinking of joining the military. We don't go to these kind of parties often and much prefer drinking at home. Maybe have a few friends over, play a game or something. Nothing big. I tend to hang out with a group. About a dozen of us go into bars. We do it way too much. I've got to slow down. It's taking all my extra money. Yeah, money is always an issue. That's why we stopped by here on the way to meet her cousin. Free drinks. I saw you go out to dance earlier. How did you know what song that DJ was going to play? Think of something. He must have a playlist and I saw it. It's popular now anyway, so I figured they would play it sometime. Yeah, sure. Anyway, we gotta go. Maybe we'll see you at another party when we're looking for free drinks, Eric said, laughing. All right, see you later. As they walked to the front door, images began flashing in Adam's mind. They're driving. An intersection. The light changes green for them. They go. And then a wreck. Adam ran to the front door. Wait! What? This is going to sound crazy, but be careful at an intersection. What are you talking about? Why? Try to believe me. When you come to an intersection with a traffic light, don't go when the light turns green. Wait. Someone is going to run that light, and if you go, you'll be in a wreck and get hurt. Right. You're drunk a lot. Someone should drive you home. No, I'm serious. Anyway, what could it hurt? It's just a few seconds. Nothing. Just a few seconds. Then if I'm right, it works out. If I'm wrong, then you're out only a few seconds. Not money or anything. Tina spoke up for the first time. He believes what he's saying. I think we should listen to him. It couldn't hurt. They looked at each other, then back to Adam. Eric, let's leave our drinks here also. Then if something does happen, we don't need them in the car. You're right. It's only a few extra seconds. Why not? You're interesting. Hope we meet up again. Interesting? I've never heard anyone put it that way. Be careful. We will. I told them what was going to happen. I had to. They were going to get hurt. Doesn't matter if they think I'm crazy. I'll never see them again anyway. I hope I didn't make things worse. Adam, get over here. They say it's the best episode of Gilligan for drinking. They were right. The name was said so many times during that episode, no one could keep up. By the end of it, Adam was passed out along the wall. What was that? Someone asked. Tyrone replied, It's just Adam. He fell off the floor again. He'll be passed out, and then you heard a thud. It's like he's fallen off of something onto the floor. But he's been on the floor the whole time. It's normal for him. Come on, let's grab him and get him back to the dorm room. Adam woke in Tyrone's dorm room the following morning. Another hangover. I hate this part. Chapter 24, Deja Vu. Tim said, I know you're cheating somehow. You've probably called into the radio station to get a list of the songs they're playing today. I'm not cheating, I swear. We're done for the day anyway. Just got to get the gas to wash our hands off. I might buy this piece. I really like the tiger oak wood. What do you think? If you want it, then get it. You know it'll sell quickly in the store. They'll give you a reasonable price. If you're lucky, maybe just what they paid for it. Couldn't hurt. I'm going to do that. But right now, I just want to stop for the day. You want to go to the airport lounge? Whoa, deja vu. That conversation happened before. I think I read those are brain misfire or something. No thanks. I need to slow down on the drinking. It's costing me too much money. I'm out of here. See you later, Adam said. See you later. Adam got into his car and drove back to his dorm room. He was about to turn onto the on-ramp of the interstate. It was the fastest way back to the dorm. That's weird. I'm picturing myself driving along the interstate and there's a wreck blocking traffic. I'm stuck in traffic. I think I'll take a long way around. Adam drove straight when the light turned green, taking a long way. A few seconds later, a traffic alert came on the radio. There's been a wreck on I-20 westbound at the Hall Street exit. The westbound lanes on the bridge have been shut down. Avoid that area if possible. Oh, got lucky, Adam said. Lucky? Now that I think about it, that sort of thing happens all the time. Even back in high school, looking at my planner, thinking about events on future days, then seeing them happen in my mind. This kind of stuff has been happening since high school. I thought it was normal. This is how everyone sees when looking at a planner or calendar. And then there are songs on the radio, knowing what song's next, like Tim said, cheating. But I'm not cheating. Talking to himself, Adam said, That's all I need. Another addition to my crazy little world. If all this is real, then the next song on the radio will be Freebird. The advertisement on the radio ended, and the announcer said, "Now back to the music. Freebird." Shit, no. I'm normal, like everybody else. I'm in the car talking to myself. That is not normal. I'm calling Tim when I get to the dorm. Maybe I'll still want to go to the airport lounge. I want to be like everybody else. I like having friends. I need a drink. I bet Tim is here already. "Hi, Pat," Adam said, waving at the bartender as he entered the lounge. Adam and Tim had become regulars, to the point that they exchanged Christmas gifts with the staff. Here Adam could drink, play pool, and just relax. "I still think you're cheating," Tim said. "I am not cheating." "Then how are you doing it?" Adam was at this dangerous intersection. It was the place where you've loosened up just enough to talk about anything. It's like when you make a decision. You're going into engineering, right? So picture it this way. Draw out a flow diagram. There's a decision point. Whatever decision you make takes you down that path and not the others. When you're thinking about what song is about to play on the radio, you picture this diagram in your mind with possible songs branching off that decision point. Then you just see which one is in bold or is lit up, which one stands out, and that's the song you pick. What? You just fried my brain. "I think we need more to drink," Tim said, waving at Pat to pour another pitcher of beer. "Definitely. More to drink." I said that out loud. That was close. I could have lost a friend. I've got to stop drinking so much. I'll start tomorrow. An image flashed in Adam's mind as he thought about tomorrow's schedule. There was an explosion on the bridge as he walked to classes from the dorm. He was in the center of it. That's ridiculous. An explosion? I need more to drink. I hate hangovers. Wish I could stay in bed and not go to class. I've got to go. Tyrone will be waiting for me downstairs. And wait a minute. Was that a dream? These memories? Maybe it's that deja vu thing again. I'm going to write this one down. Adam grabbed a piece of paper and began writing. He folded the paper and put it in his back pocket. He grabbed his books and headed downstairs, taking the elevator as he usually does with a hangover. "Hangover again?" Tyrone asked. "Yeah, I've got to stop drinking so much," Adam said. "Come on, we got to get to class." "You seem eager to get to class this morning. I know you hate being in pharmacy just as much as I do. Why so happy?" "I've been thinking about changing my major. So far, toxicology seems pretty good." "Toxicology? What's that?" Adam asked. "It's along the lines of pharmacy, but deals more with poisons. I hated the idea of sitting behind a desk all day, but with toxicology, there's other options. For example, you could work in a research lab, a poison call center, or a big company's environmental department." "I'm going to have to look into that. I hate pharmacy too. I also hate physics. The lab was great, but the lecture? I had to take it several times. You know that saying that everything that goes up must come down? Well, we shoot things in space and some just keep going, like the Voyager spacecraft. It never came back down." It's that deja vu from waking up. I know what's about to be said and what's to be said after that. I'm going to change it. Adam stopped, then turned around as if to walk back to the dorm. He was standing in the center of the bridge and felt a blast of energy all around him. Waves like a rock is thrown in water rippled outwards from him. He was shaken. His mind reeled. He had to grab the bridge rail to keep from falling down. It was a challenge to breathe. Everything he saw was wavy, like an old TV, not quite tuned into the station. "Why did you stop?" Tyrone asked. He didn't feel or see anything. I felt sick. Hangover." "I do feel ill, but not from the hangover. Everything feels wrong, out of place, out of sync. I stopped what was supposed to happen, changed it. Oh man, reality feels so wrong right now. Maybe you should skip class today." "No, I just needed to stop for a bit. I'm okay." "I'm not okay. The waves are gone, but the feeling's still strong. I'm out of sync with everything. I don't know. It's wrong somehow. It's going to be a long day." "I bet it's going to be a long day with a hangover like that. Anyway, I'm going to see you around 2 o'clock to see about changing if you want to go. All the classes I've taken so far are transferred over. Plus you get enough chemistry classes to get a minor in that. Yeah, I'll go with you. I hate pharmacy as much as you. As they walked, Adam pulled the note from his pocket. He had written what was happening in the conversation. This isn't deja vu. It's something else. I wrote it down. It's not imagination. I feel sick. I feel sick, Adam said, leaning over the rail and throwing up. You might want to reconsider going to classes. You look terrible. Yeah, I'm skipping today. I can't do this. See you later. Adam headed back to the dorm. Today was too much. This feeling of things being out of sync was not going away. Well, see you later. I'll let you know what I find out about changing majors. His last thought as he fell into the bed were, what's happening? I hope I wake up. The invisible blast of energy had taken 3 months to dissipate. Adam felt this is about as normal as it's going to get. Well, at least as normal as his life could get. Adam switched his major to toxicology following Tyrone's lead. There are only 6 colleges that offer toxicology as a bachelor's degree. Only a few dozen graduated in the field each year, so minimal classes. Adam vowed this new semester would be a fresh start, new major, new friends. He also moved off campus into a converted barn behind his parents' house. Buck was fun, but Adam needed to get serious about his studies. This meant not drinking as much. He still attended some parties, but had learned that if he stayed in the background, his strange side would not get noticed. He could avoid conversations and keep the place clean while his friends drank. He would be their designated driver. There's Buck at the kitchen, playing quarters again, Adam thought as he picked up empty cups. This is what I'm always going to be, serving at parties. It's tedious, but at least I'm out with other people. Hey. What? A voice in my head. Human. Adam began to look around. Over here. Adam turned to see Eric looking at him, grinning, walking over. I knew it! You heard me, Eric said. Adam's mouth opened, unable to say anything for a moment. Heard what? You heard me talk into your head. Stunned into the truth, Adam said, Yeah? I knew it. Tina and I talked after almost having a wreck. You must be like us. What wreck? There was this party we were both at. Tina and I were leaving. You warned us to wait at an intersection when the light turned green. To wait and not go. That a car would run the light, and if we didn't wait, we would be in a wreck. Tina believed you right away and wouldn't let us take our drinks. We waited and still ended up hitting the brakes. The drinks would have been all over us, but you kept us from having that wreck. We talked and figured you're like us. And I haven't seen you again until now. Seriously? You're like me. I'm going to test it by focusing and sending the image of an apple into his mind. Adam formed the picture and moved it into Eric's mind. Apple! Oh my God! You heard that? You are like me. They started laughing. If you're not tied to this party, why don't you come with me to our apartment so we can meet Tina for real this time and we can talk? Yeah, I think I will go with you. Well, let's go then, Eric said. I'll follow you in my car. I'm not alone. He's like me? How is this possible? I guess I'm going to find out. Chapter 25. Eric. It only took a few minutes to reach Eric and Tina's apartment. The towns are not that big. Eric opened the door. Tina, I'm back. I brought someone home that you'll be interested in meeting. You look familiar, Tina said. His name's Adam, and he should look familiar. He's that guy that told us not to go when the lights turned green, and we almost had that wreck. Remember? We talked and said that he must be like us. Well, he is. I reached out with my mind, and he heard me. I knew it. I'm the one that figured it out before Eric. There was just this feeling I got. You can hear people's thoughts too? Adam asked. No, I can't do that. I sense things. Like when you warned us. I sensed that you were saying was real. You weren't lying. So you're a lie detector. Yes, Tina is. And she catches me every time I try to lie to her, Eric said. And there are times I really want to lie to her about being out. Like tonight, stopping off at the party for just a couple of drinks. No way I can lie to her about it, he laughed. She can also block me from hearing her thoughts. So it's really a one-sided argument against me. She has the upper hand. And never forget it, Tina said. Do you want a beer or something? Sure, I'll take a beer, Adam said. Tina, how long have you been married? Not long. Eric wants to go into the military, so we decided to get married before he enlists and goes off to boot camp. When are you going, Eric? I don't have a set date. I might take some military-related classes and then go. I hate college. Also, most of my family in the military. It's in our blood. I heard a rumor that the military has some psychics doing something. Maybe there's a program for people like us. You really think the military has people like us in some kind of program? I don't know. But maybe I'll find out once I get in. Wouldn't that be amazing if the military really did? Yeah, amazing. You can hear people's thoughts, and Tina is a lie detector. Are there other weird things that you can do like that? The other thing with me, kind of weird, is luck. If I think about something, it seems like it happens. Like finding you at the party. I wanted to find you, so I created a picture in my mind of finding you. Then I got this urge to stop at this party, and there you were. I got the idea from being a telepath. Telepath? Yeah, it's the term for people that hear thoughts. Well, it's more pictures and ideas than words, but you know what I mean. I knew I could see images in people's heads, so I experimented a bit. I create a picture in my head of what I want to happen and really believe that it's going to happen. A lot of the time it happens. That's the other kind of weird thing about me. Tina spoke up. My cousin has called this thing clairaudience. She can hear people's conversations from far away. They could be in another apartment and she can hear them. You'll have to meet her. Oh, I know. She's having a party this weekend. We told her about you after almost having that wreck. You'll go, right? Yeah, I'll go. I can meet you here at your apartment and follow you over. You know about us, so what about you? You're a telepath like me. Anything else? Eric said. Be careful. Take it slowly, Adam thought. I understand wanting to be careful. You just met us. It's okay. Thanks for understanding, Adam said. Stop it. You two? That's rude. You two are leaving me out of the conversation. Talk so I can hear. Sorry. Won't do it again, Tina. When did you know you were a telepath, Adam? I think I've been that way all my life. I thought it was normal. It happened randomly, so I figured others would teach me when I grew into an adult, but I was wrong. Anything else? Sometimes it's like deja vu. I know what's about to happen, so I tested it by writing down what I thought was going to happen on a piece of paper, and then it happened. That's called precognition, Tina said. We've read up on this to help figure it out for ourselves. You didn't know all these terms. No, believe it or not, we lived in what people would call a haunted house when I was a small child. Then we moved around. I didn't know to look for books on this kind of thing. I just thought I was crazy. Besides, the towns probably didn't have books on any kind of this stuff. Well, the library on campus does have books about psychic abilities. You should check them out. Okay, yeah, I will. So, you're a telepath and have some precognition stuff. There's a lot right there. Is there more? No, that's about it. You're lying, Tina said. It's okay. You just met us. Maybe you'll tell us later. See, I told you, trying to get anything over on Tina is impossible. But hey, want to try something? Of course, if Tina's willing. What? Oh, she can block thoughts. She puts up these barriers. It's hard for me to get through. We could try to break through her barrier and see who gets through first. She can feel it when I get through, so she'll know it. Is that all right with you, Tina? Well, sure. All right. Well, tell me when to start. Go, Eric said. Adam opened his mind and felt his surroundings and felt a barrier around Tina. It reminded him of a barrier in a doorway long ago. He felt Eric pounding on Tina's shield. He was hitting it with brute strength. His hits were so strong. I don't think I can hit that hard. I don't want to hit that hard. Adam figured if Eric was going big, then he would go small. He focused his senses like a point of a needle, then smaller, going between molecules, between atoms, then even smaller, shifting between particles and waves, moving silently through the barrier. Then he was through. I'm in. Behind her. She didn't even notice. Eric wins. I felt him break through the barrier, Tina said. And then she noticed a sly grin coming from Adam. "Oh my God, you're in. I didn't even see you. You were in when Eric broke the barrier. I was focused on someone breaking it and did not see you sneak in. I've got to watch out for that." "I've never seen anyone do that," Eric said. "I've always pounded on things. Never thought about going small or being stealthy." "Nice." They all started laughing. Adam headed home for the evening, looking forward to the party at Tina's cousin's place this weekend. Telepathy? Clairaudience? Precognition? I've got to go to the school library and check out some of these books. I need to try out that luck thing Garrett talked about. They're a little like me. Not everything, but a little. God, it's so nice to have someone to talk to. Pulling into the apartment complex, Adam thought, I wish there were more books on this kind of stuff in the campus library. Fortunately, there wasn't much more than what Eric and Tina already told me. Nothing about the memories from before I was born. Nothing about these dark entities or lost souls. It's nice to find people that are a little like me, but there's so much more that I can't explain. "Hey, Adam, you ready to go?" Adam asked, greeting as he pulled into the parking lot. "Yeah, is it a far drive?" "We're walking. It's just a few doors down. Anne is in the same complex." "Nice. If you have too much to drink, you can stay at our place." "Thanks." "I'm ready. Let's go," Tina said, closing the door behind her. "She's only 4 doors down?" "She's been here a lot longer than us. We waited until an apartment near hers came open to move in. We're really close," Tina said. A slender young lady with a long brown hair answered the door. "Anne, this is Adam, the one we told you about." Nice to meet you, Anne." "Nice to meet you, Adam. Come on in. This is Kevin and Carol. That's James and Susan." Kevin had a job as a bartender for a while, so he can mix some good drinks. "Adam, what can I get you?" Kevin asked. "How about a 7 and 7? "That sounds good. Make a couple more for me and Tina," Eric said. "Tina tells me you're a telepath like Eric. That's amazing," Anne whispered to Adam. "Yeah, Tina told me you can hear things from other places," Adam said. "Clairaudience. Yeah, it's not all the time. I don't really know how to control it. It gets annoying, especially when you're trying to sleep. You start hearing these conversations and they won't shut up. I wish it was something more like Eric or Tina's, but you live with what you got." "I've got the cards. The game is strip poker," James said, moving the coffee table. Everyone started taking their places in a circle on the living room floor. "Strip poker? Is this what you normally play?" Adam asked. "No, we have a game. Cards sometimes dominoes, sometimes a board game. Whoever wins gets to pick the game for the next party. We don't know what it is until the party. James won last time, so he picks." "I really didn't expect this kind of game." "Well, it's more fun this way, not knowing, anticipation, wondering what the game will be. Although strip poker is a new one. Notice nobody's complaining. We just go with whatever. We're all pretty laid back about everything." "Here, sit next to me," Anne motioned. Adam sat down. The losers were even at first. James, Kevin, Tina, Anne, Eric, and then Adam were losing shoes. Adam loses again. He lost socks this time. Then a shirt. "Geez, I have the worst luck. I'm terrible at this game. Come on, it's someone else's turn to lose." Laughter. "Everything's working out great," Susan said. "I've not lost yet." Adam lost. He had to remove his pants this time. And then another loss. "5 times in a row? That's not fair," Adam said, now only wearing underwear, not wanting to remove them. "You lost. Take 'em off," Eric said. "Come on, give me a break." "Nope, you lost. Play by the rules." "Shit," Adam said, removing his underwear. He was now standing naked in front of this almost fully dressed group of people. "Happy now?" There's laughter, clapping. All right. I can't let my friend here have all the fun," Eric said. He stood removing all his clothes and moved next to Adam. Then he put his arm around Adam's shoulder. "There, much better now." The players were rolling on the floor with laughter now. "Come on, Adam. I need some ice from the kitchen." The group decided that was enough for strip poker. They had had their fun. Time to move on. The winners were Carol and Susan because they didn't lose a single hand. "I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. Then I felt bad. That's why I joined you," Eric said. "What?" I don't need ice. I just wanted to get you alone and tell you I did that luck thing with the cards. All those losses in a row, I felt guilty, so I got naked with you. I'm sorry. I was just having fun with it to show you what it can do. Tina and Ann are about the only ones who know about this stuff, so don't tell the others. Let's go back and get dressed. It works. I didn't even notice Eric doing anything. I forget to try this sometimes. Chapter 26, Losing Friends. Tyrone said, I like this walk across the bayou. It's relaxing. We should rent a canoe and paddle down to the liquor store past the other bridge. It'd be an all-day event, but could be fun. We could even get some others and do it as a group. I like that idea, but let's do it before it gets too cool. You know someone's going to tip the canoe and go in the water. Best not to be freezing, Adam said. You know what else I like? I like this toxicology major. The small class sizes. However, I didn't figure on handling live animals in the lab and then injecting them with lethal doses to determine LD50s. I have a hard time hitting that vein in their tails. This must be the only major in college that deals with live animals. And I think I'm becoming allergic to the rats and mice, though, Adam said. You might be one of the 10% that become allergic and can't go into that kind of research. It gets me when the dead animals get put in the grinder before disposal. That sounds of bones being broken into pieces makes my skin crawl. You know that book I got from the bookstore a couple of days ago? You were with me when I got it. It's called The Hunting. I remember. It's new. You said you'd loan it to me when you were finished. Well, I'm halfway through. There's this part where an old couple goes crazy and begins killing other residents in the nursing home. They start by switching up medications. The first to die is the guy who made them angry in the lunchroom. Oh, yeah. He was angry and knocked the food off the table, Adam said. Well, then he spat at them for no reason. The book doesn't really explain why. Like he was made to do that by something, Tyrone said. Do you think it was the same sort of force that made the other one walk into the middle of the road? Well, I don't know. Maybe. I found out once I'm further in the book. After that, the couple switched medications. The guy is so drugged, later he doesn't know he's cutting his arm instead of the food. Yeah, where did the guy get that kind of knife even? The book doesn't tell you yet. I know. The guy lives, though. That is until the couple knocks him unconscious. You know that couple? Knocks him unconscious, wraps him in a bedsheet, and drags him using both their motorized wheelchairs. Tyrone stopped and stared at Adam. Adam turned. What are you doing? Are you reading my mind? Tyrone asked. What? Are you reading my mind? You were with me when I bought the book. I know you haven't read it. How did you know those parts of the story? We were just talking, and you knew what was in the book. How did you know? Think of something. I must have picked it up in the bookstore and read through that section. I was with you the whole time, remember? You didn't pick up the book. How did you know what was happening? Tyrone wasn't asking for an explanation. He was demanding. Maybe you told me earlier and forgot. I just read that part. I have not seen you until now heading to class. Wait a minute. That last part you said, about the couple knocking the guy out and dragging him? Tyrone reached to his backpack and pulled out the book. He flipped to the marked page where he left off. He began to read silently. It's there, in the next part I was going to read. Exactly what you said. How the hell did you know all that? Tyrone demanded. Adam was stunned. Tyrone was his friend, and he had gotten close to him. Close enough he wasn't paying attention when talking to him. It just came out. Adam didn't know what to say. No more excuses, and he couldn't tell him the truth. Adam shrugged. I'm sorry. This is just a little too much. There's all these times you know songs before they're playing, and when you're drunk talking about ghosts. Even how you walk through a crowd, like you know where people will move next, you just flow through them. It's more than that. But then this? This is insane. I don't need this spooky shit in my life. I'm sorry. I just can't. We have classes together, but that's it, okay? Let's just keep it at that, okay? Thoughts of Becky and Jimbo from high school and Allah flashed through Adam's mind. It's the same thing. He can't handle it. I don't want this stuff to cause him harm. I need to stay away from him. It's over. Adam said, okay, as Tyrone continued on to the class. I'm at that same spot on the bridge over the bayou where that invisible explosion happened when I changed the future. Is it a coincidence? What I know is I just lost a friend because of this. At least Eric understands. But he's not going to be around for much longer. I'll be alone again. Adam headed to class, wondering if this is what life would be like, never letting anyone close enough to see the true Adam. To pretend he's like everyone else. Even Eric. At least he was somewhat like Adam, but still, there is so much more. These kind of accidents don't happen with Eric. He focuses telepathy, but with me, it just happens. Adam was back to feeling alone again. This is going to be his life. Always hiding. Never able to be his true self. Maybe one day people will be able to understand, but not now. This is my last semester at college. Then we'll be moving away. Glad you called and suggested bowling. Where's your friend Tim? I thought he was going to join us, Eric said. I gave him directions to your apartment. He's going to meet us here, and then I'll drive. I'm not drinking tonight since I'm driving, Adam said. Well, that means that's more for me. Although that means you'll probably win. I doubt it. Tim is in a bowling league. He's going to win unless we get him really, really drunk. Come on in. It's just us. Tina is out with Anne. I've got to tell you about this dream I had. You were in it. Really? I had a dream last night, and you were in it. What was yours like? We were in a pyramid. There was this long row of columns on both sides of the center aisle. Yeah, and someone was sitting on the throne at the end. It was on a platform. The person was someone important, Adam said. Yeah, and there you were, walking down the center of the aisle, not afraid of anything, Eric said. Yeah, and you were there hiding behind one of the columns, I think, on the right side, about 3 columns in? Yes, exactly. I've never shared a dream with anyone before. Me either. I wonder if that'll happen again. Let's not try to make that happen, Eric said. Why not? You're a guy. What do most of your dreams involve? Sex? Right. Sex and dreams can get wild, and if we go down that path, we're going to end up having sex with each other. I'd like to avoid that. Not saying you're bad or anything, it's just not my style. Adam laughed. Yeah, my dreams do tend to get wild. It's all good. That must be Tim. Come on, let's go bowling. It was a short 10-minute drive to the bowling alley. Eric and Tim were disappointed that there wasn't any beer available. Something wrong with the equipment. The guys talked and watched Tim rack up strike after strike. He was good. Adam earned the nickname Awesome because his scores were all over the place. One strike, then the next a gutter ball. Just awesome. Adam did not mind coming in last. He liked to see other people succeed. Nothing wrong with coming in last. He was driving back to the apartment with no one drunk in the car. Just friends. Why are you doing the speed limit? Speed! It's late, Tim said from the front passenger seat, as there was no one around. I'm not going to speed, Adam said. Speed! It's okay. You don't have to be a goody two-shoes all the time. Speed! Look, there's a cop up ahead. I'm not going to speed. What cop? He's up ahead, around the curve. He's in the parking lot on the right side of the road. But I guess we can speed. He's already got someone pulled over. His lights are on and everything. Where? I can't see anything, Tim said. Oh, no. I wasn't paying attention again. I hope I'm wrong. You can just blow it off. Just joking around. They continued up the road, then rounded the curve. Just as Adam had described, the police officer with lights on had pulled someone over. It wouldn't have been so bad if Eric had not leaped between them from the back seat to pat Adam on the shoulder, saying, Way to go! You've been practicing! Tim gave Adam that familiar look of someone being spooked. It's okay, Tim. There was a wall of windows on that building back there, and I saw the reflection of the cop. I know this road as well as you. There's no building with a wall of windows back there. Even if there was, how would you have used it to see around the curve? I can salvage this somehow. Just don't say anything more. It'll blow over. They arrived back at Eric's apartment. Eric went in to tell Tina that Adam saw the police officers before they got to it. Tim, however, remained distant. I'll see you later, Tim, Adam said. Yeah, see you later. But I don't know when that'll be. We don't see each other much since we've stopped working, refinishing antiques. Plus, I've been seeing someone, so my time is getting tight. So if I have a choice of her or you, I'm choosing her. As well. Yep, I understand. I'll see you when I see you. Bye. It was all over his face. He's known me too long and seen too much. He can't deal with it either, like all the others. There goes another friend. Eric and Tina are next. Even though we're still friends, they're moving away. We might keep in touch some initially, but that will fade away. Alone again. At least there's Buck. He's still around. I need to join him the next time he goes drinking. Chapter 27. Seeing Through Walls. Another semester closer to graduating. Not easy being in classes with Tyrone knowing we can't be friends like before. Just talking passing. Eric and Tina are gone. I bet he's going to love being in the military. He's built for it. I've seen Buck here and there. I meant to call him before last semester ended. I'll call him now and see what he's doing. Hey, Adam. Glad you could make it. This is Connor and Michael. I met them when I moved out of the dorm, Buck said. The post had become the primary bar. There were no pool tables like the airport lounge, and no views like the one at the library. The cheap pitchers of beer were the reason it was the new hangout. It's nice to meet you. I haven't seen you in a while, Buck. Just wanted to see what you've been doing lately. It's only 5 in the afternoon. A bit early to start drinking, isn't it? Adam asked. Not at all. The pitchers go on sale at 3. Have you settled on a major yet? I settled on a business degree because most of my classes transferred to that. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll graduate. Did you drive? Are you drinking tonight? Yeah, I drove. I can't stay long, though. Just a couple of beers, then I'm off. Got things to do. Plus, I don't drink that much anymore. I hate the hangovers. Hangovers are a bitch, but it's the price you pay for having fun. Guys, Adam here could drink a lot and rarely had to pee. We used to joke about it. Speaking of that, I have to pee right now. This finishes our second picture. I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to go get another one, Connor said. And I'm going to go say hi to that girl over there. I think I know her. Back later, Michael said. Adam was left sitting alone at the table. He finished his beer and waited for Connor to return with more beer. Adam turned toward Connor and noticed he had struck up a conversation with someone at the bar. There was a solid half wall between the bar area and the rest of the sitting room. The wall was painted brown. No lines. No pattern. There's just a wall, except for the young girl with long brown hair painted on it. The young girl moved. Wait, that's not a painting. As Adam focused on the image, the young girl became clearer. She was kneeling on a sidewalk. There was someone on the grass behind her saying something to her. This solid brown wall had taken on a depth around the young girl. The images became so clear it was like looking through a window. Adam's eyes were still seeing the flat brown wall, but his mind added an extra dimension. It reminded him of these overlays he sometimes creates to find things or to see entities. Only this time, Adam wasn't doing anything. It was just there. He felt connected to the girl and couldn't make the images stop. This can't be real. Maybe this beer is bad or something. Maybe I'm stressed out. It's not going away. It's so clear. A couple is sitting at the table next to it. They don't even see it. No, stop. I can't make the voices stop. They never stop talking. I can hear what she's thinking. Adam watches as the girl lifts a gas can, pouring the contents onto herself. The person in the back is panicked, trying to make her stop, but afraid to come any closer. She pulls out a box of matches. Oh, God, if this is real, I've got to do something. If it's not real, then it can't hurt. Anything to try. But if it's real, maybe I can help. Adam reached out with his mind to connect with hers, just like he had practiced with Eric. Stop. It's okay. Everything's going to be all right. Don't do this. Please don't do this. No, it's so loud. More voices in my head. I can't make them stop. The voices in my head won't stop. Adam watched as the young girl lit the match. She was engulfed in flames, screaming. What are you doing just staring into space? Buck returned. Oh, I forgot about a meeting. I have in about an hour. I wish I could stay in longer. Adam had gotten pretty good at keeping his crazy side secret. You just got here. Not even a pitcher's worth drank. I'm driving. I couldn't drink that much anyway. One beer's enough. It's really great to see you again, Buck. I hope you have a great semester. You too. What the hell just happened? It can't be real. But it was so clear. It seemed so clear. Real. It can't be real. Please, God, don't let it be real. Don't let her burn to death. Adam continued to convince himself during the drive home that it wasn't real and that he was crazy after all. Stuff like this never happened to Eric or Tina. It's not real. I'm stressed about the new semester. Graduating, finding a job. It's not real. That's never happened to me before. Just some craziness while drinking. It's not real. Adam arrived on campus earlier the following day. There was a coffee shop in the Student Union building. He could get something to drink and read the local paper while waiting for classes to start. Adam sat down and began to read. In black and white was the story of the young girl kneeling on the sidewalk. The article describes how she looked and what happened, how she poured gasoline on herself and lit the match while screaming about voices in her head. It's her. It's what I saw. God, what did I do? I made it worse. She heard me and it made things worse. She lit the match because of me. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I killed her. Oh, God. No. No, no. It's just a coincidence. Nothing more. I didn't do anything. It's just a coincidence. It's not real. None of this is real. It was a game Eric and I played. None of it was real. These psychic books in the library were just fiction. None of them talked about this kind of stuff. I'm crazy. It's not real. I'm crazy. It's okay. It's okay. I'm crazy. It's just a coincidence. That's it. A coincidence. None of this is real. I can live with being crazy. Crazy is okay. I can be crazy and not hurt anyone. Yeah. Yeah. I'm crazy. Crazy is okay. Adam finished his classes for the day. He started the car and began his drive home. He wasn't far from the campus when he noticed something on the road. The road had depth. His eyes saw the road, but his mind was adding another dimension. He was seeing into a home with a couple arguing. A clear image in his mind was being overlaid into the road. What is this? What's going on? It feels like the road's fragile, that the car tires could fall through at any moment. I'm seeing two things at once. It won't stop. I can't get it to stop. The overlaid image persisted the entire drive home. It only stopped when there were potholes or paint on the road. It was even there in the driveway as Adam parked before heading into the apartment behind his parents' house. It stopped. The apartment's linoleum floor with a tile pattern is simply a floor. No image. The wood grain paneling on the wall. Nothing. My mind's not seeing the images anymore. It's gone. I'll feel better after a hot shower. Hot water always helps when my sinuses hurt. Just washes this craziness off and start over. Adam undressed and stepped into the corner shower without looking up. It was routine until he looked up at the smooth, white walls. The images were back. Looking to the corner with the smooth, white walls to the left and right, Adam saw a park. His eyes saw the wall, but his mind was overlaying a park with people. A couple was having a picnic. There's a small lake. Joggers. His mind told him he was standing naked in a park with all these people. He looked behind him at the glass door. Nothing but the pattern in the glass. He looked back at the wall. The image is still there. It's only happening on smooth surfaces. If there's a pattern, I don't see anything. I can't make it stop. No, I'm crazy. It's not real. It can't be real. If I tell anyone about this, they'll give me medication, shock treatment or something. Adam closed his eyes to finish the shower. Then drying himself again, he began paying attention to the pattern on the surface of things. If there was a pattern, then everything was normal. If it was a flat surface, then various images would appear. Random places. An office building. A car. A warehouse. A mountainside. A boat on a river. He walked back into the shower to take another look at the smooth white walls. It was a different image than before. The park was gone, replaced by an overhead view looking down upon a city. It felt like he was flying in a plane looking out the window upon taking off. The town grew smaller as the plane got higher. Adam looked around. Clouds, sky. Then an overlay to this overlay. My eyes are seeing the walls. My mind is seeing these other images of different places. But there's something else. My senses are telling me there's something else here. That other plane of existence is here also. I can sense these other entities still, even with these images. These entities are on another plane of existence overlaying this one. I'm feeling them, and my mind is adding them to these images. No, Not to the images. The images are separate. It's above them, a little higher somehow. No, no, it's too much. I'm crazy. I didn't hurt that girl. I'm crazy. This is crazy. It's not real. That mountainside I saw earlier, that was nice. Okay, whenever I see a flat surface, I'll try to visualize a landscape instead of seeing all this stuff. A simple landscape. I'm crazy, and a landscape won't hurt me. It won't hurt others. I can see a landscape and not freak out when I'm around people. That'll work. I'll force myself to put a landscape up at every flat surface I see. Hey, I'm crazy, so why not? It's my crazy little world. I can do what I want. Yeah, a landscape to protect me. Adam looked at the shower walls and forced himself to mentally see a creek with clear, flowing water. The image from the plane did not go away. Instead, it was forced behind this new image of a creek. A barrier. Yeah, a landscape barrier between me and what I see in these flat surfaces. It's going to work. The landscape barriers worked. When Adam looks at any flat surface, he sees various landscapes. He could do it. He had to do it. Why not? It was his crazy little world, after all. Adam called it seeing through walls. He didn't know what else to call it. Adam did not see the entities turn and look at him. He was seeing into their world all the time now. And they noticed. Chapter 28. Crushed. It's weeks before graduation. Through trial and error, Adam gained better control of his telepathy. He learned that if he kept himself distracted, he would not see into people's heads. He realized that it was much easier to hear what family and close friends were thinking. That meant never being close to anyone if he wanted to stay hidden. Never let anyone close enough to know the real Adam. They would run away like all the others if they found out. He also learned to control the premonitions. He could visualize himself moving through days in a calendar and see significant events. Adam also learned that he could focus the electricity generated by his own body to interact with small devices. Existence continued to respond as a friend. Meteors continued to appear. He learned to separate his crazy little world from the everyday life he presented to the public. Two lives are spiraling around each other. One light, out in the open. One dark, hidden. I've learned a lot through college. How to interact socially with people without them seeing the true me. I've lost friends through this trial and error process. This part of me remains in shadow. It feels like I'm walking alone in the dark, even when I'm in a crowd on a sunny day. Me and shadows. Those shadows are still there coming at me. More often now. It feels coordinated. It used to be I just ran across them in my travels. Now it's like they're seeking me out. I'm finding and helping lost souls find their way home. I'm pretty good. But this seeing through walls, it never stops. Every flat surface. Thank God for the landscape barriers. If not for them, I would be in a mental institution. There'd be no way to have a normal life. Not another dark entity. I'm trying to get to sleep. I'm tired and don't want to deal with this right now. Adam had learned something new through his many fights with dark entities. He learned he could project an astral image of himself. Adam lay there and felt split into two beings, his physical self lying in bed, still aware, but another piece of his consciousness moved to the side. He moved this section, self, to the front door and had it look around. The projection focused on the entity, and the entity noticed. It went for this projection, thinking it was the true Adam. Adam created a wall around his true self, a wall that reflected reality outwards, thereby making his true self invisible to the entity. Adam could watch from the sidelines as the entity attacked this false image. The fight began. Adam let his projection put up a fight, then allowed it to lose. The entity won and left feeling satisfied. Adam could go to sleep free from another attack, at least for one night. His last thought was, I'm good. There's nothing to me now. That's too easy. Not now. Another attack? During my industrial hygiene final, it's my last test before graduation. Just perfect. His hand tightened, breaking his pencil in half. Damn, that was a strong hit. Test. Focus. Adam's concentration was broken every few minutes by what felt like dark etheric energy striking him to his core. He completed the test using his last bit of focus. He left the room without talking to any of his classmates. I can't stop. I must get out of here, away from people. This is a strong one. Where can I go? That big oak tree on the edge of campus. I've not been there in a long time. No one goes there. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to have gone back there to meet Francis. Way too late now. Adam walked across the bridge spanning the bayou. He falls to the ground. Did I trip? Was it hit from behind? Walk faster. Made it. Adam sat down with his back against the tree, resting, feeling the tree, the branches, and the roots underneath. So sturdy. He felt his consciousness split off. He began creating a projection for this entity to attack. He was knocked to the side of his head hitting the ground. God, I wasn't ready. It's not fooled. Focus. Adam used the same method he's always used. He built this bubble of light around himself, then started working on etheric light walls. Every time he would put up a wall, this dark entity shattered it. Then another hit to the bubble of light around him. It shattered. Adam rebuilt it. All right, no walls. Adam felt light expand into his etheric wings. He didn't think about them when fighting anymore, like legs when walking. You use them without thought. However, he was having to think about them now. Reaching out with his light-infused wings, he grabbed the entity. It split apart into dozens of pieces surrounding Adam. He grabbed a couple of pieces with the wings, then grabbed a couple of more using his etheric hands. God, this isn't going to work. There's too many pieces. I can't grab them all. After all that continuous focus during the exam and the walk here, I'm getting tired. It's got to do something different. This line of thinking had helped Adam so many times in the past. Thinking outside the box. If something isn't working, then try something else. I've always generated the light from the center of my being. What if I start from a different location? I can feel this tree and the air. I'm part of them. I don't have to start from the center of my body. Adam let go of the pieces he held. Now focused on a sphere beyond the top of the tree, reaching all around them. He felt the energy build. The light solidified into a large sphere around them both. The entity was so focused on Adam, waiting for him to do something else. It did not see the light form in a 100-foot radius around them. Done. It feels more solid than when I try to do it alone. It's more substantial, like nature is helping, using both our energies. The entity noticed too late. It tried breaking through, but the individual pieces were not strong enough. Adam started shrinking the sphere of light. The entity reformed into a single being. It rushed at a single point and broke through, the sphere of light shattering. It turned and looked at Adam. It was raging, moving forward a few inches, then stopping. Waves of anger poured from it. Adam had done something unexpected, learned something new. It slowly moved, leaving a trail of hate like slime from a snail. It's gone. That one was so strong. I held my own with some help from nature. That was a tie, but still, against something so powerful, and I'm not dead? Not bad. If I can manage a tie with something like that, I can take on any of them. Far in the distance, the dark entity felt a sense of accomplishment. Its purpose successful. Its only thought, one word. Arrogance. Adam managed to drive home. The fight was over. The only thing left is to attend graduation, then find a job. But unfortunately, all Adam wanted to do right now was sleep. He arrived home and crawled into bed. It was still early, not even dark, but he was exhausted. He was almost asleep when he felt a presence standing at the end of his bed. A memory from high school flashed in his mind. 3 men forcing him into a car. Another memory, this time from childhood, a being with brown fur and glowing red eyes. He was afraid. Adam moved to sit up, but was pushed back down into the bed. He was being held down and couldn't move. Arrogance. Adam did not have time to think. A fist from this dark entity struck. Adam gasped for air. Energy flaring around the being's head like a crown. Yellows and reds. Burning. Another hit shattering what Adam felt was one of his etheric legs. Then another hit. His other etheric leg, broken. Adam was screaming in his mind. He had been worn down and didn't have the strength to fight back. He tried forming a bubble of light. Nothing. Another hit, twisting and breaking an etheric arm. The entity feeding on the fear and pain, growing stronger. Another hit shattered Adam's other etheric arm. Two invisible fists pounding into his chest, breaking etheric ribs. Claws ripping through Adam's etheric face. He continued to scream silently. Adam's body was paralyzed. This etheric side he felt since high school was crushed. Bones shattered. Limbs twisted. Although Adam was lying in bed, his etheric side was curled in a fetal position, arms and legs flayed to the sides. Adam felt something brush his skin as it moved behind him. The entity grabbed one of his wings and bent it backward, breaking it. More screaming. The entity's breath on Adam's neck was dripping tongues, each one lapping a bit of pain and fear, then returning. It grabbed the other wing and broke it. Adam thought it was over. There was nothing more it could break. It grabbed a wing in each hand and spread them apart. It moved closer and began chewing on the left wing, where it connected to Adam's back. It was worse than bones breaking. Even his etheric screams were silent now. He didn't have the energy to make a sound. The life is draining out of his etheric body. The dark entity chewed until the wing fell off. Then he grabbed the other wing with both claws and ripped it off. It remained there knowing that this part of Adam was dying. It won in all the ways that counted. Adam did not see it leave. His body was lying in bed as if nothing had happened. However, his etheric side was curled, twisted, and broken, with wings ripped off, lying to the side. This part of him was dying, and he could do nothing. Everything was going dark. Then nothing. Chapter 29. Waking Up. Adam woke, placing lettuce in his shopping cart. Where am I? Shopping. I don't remember coming here. He continued shopping, having a vague memory of what he needed. I barely remember items to get. It feels like I'm just waking up. Adam could only remember bits and pieces. He graduated, but he did not remember the ceremony. Being with people, his body is on automatic, going through the motions, conversations with family. It's been months, and I can't remember any of it. What happened? Adam allowed his senses to see this other self. It's still there, twisted and broken inside me. It's on the floor, not moving. Something crushed me. A powerful being. I can't remember. Adam passed through the checkout, taking the groceries to the car. He got in, started the engine, then sat there. This etheric part of me that is just waking up should be dead. But instead I'm waking up after months. What was that thing? What do I do now? He turned on the radio. The song playing was Carry On Wayward Son. Another coincidence? The song lyrics match what I'm thinking and feeling at this moment. Adam focused again on his twisted etheric self. That part of me is not moving, but it's alive somehow. I'm feeling myself just now waking up, so there must be some spark left. Oh God, my wings were ripped off. Gone forever. I don't know if I'll ever be able to move. I'm broken. I'm opening my etheric eyes. I still can't move. Tears ran down Adam's cheeks. He was alive, yet destroyed. He would never be the same again. God, I must be fucking crazy. Relating to songs on the radio as if they're talking to me? That's some messed up psychiatric stuff. Seeing entities? Feeling attacked? I really am crazy. I'll never be able to have a real job if I tell anyone about this. They'll put me on medication. It'll be on my permanent record. Why is this happening to me? Why am I like this? Why am I alive? Universe, if you're listening to me, why? The song on the car radio transitioned to the next song, Soul Survivor. What? 2 songs in a row are speaking to me? I'm so fucking crazy. Adam continued to listen, raising his head from the steering wheel. It's almost like it's talking about me. How is that possible? Lyrics talking about light, not destroyed, surviving, rising, defending. Adam wiped away tears with a twisted grin. It made him feel better, even if it was crazy to believe it was anything more than a coincidence. He turned off the radio. He needed to think. There are 3 paths before me. The standard path is truly realizing I need psychiatric help and medication. After that, my career choices will be limited. Like my brother said when we were in high school, if that ever gets on your record and a child custody case goes to court, you will lose. The second path is continuing as I've done in the past. Walk the ordinary and dark path together, keeping my crazy little world hidden, remaining alone in the shadows with people only seeing a reflection. And then that third path with arrogance, using all this odd stuff about me for money and power. It would be easy. The third path, no, easy to eliminate that one. I never want to hurt anyone. The arrogance left me twisted and broken. No one should ever feel that happen. I can't use this for personal gain. If I do, arrogance will be there, encouraging me to use power to control people. It wants me to abuse them. Fuck free will. No. I remember Dean from high school in Nala, how they bullied that beautiful soul. I can't do that to anyone, no matter what the cost to me. I also don't want to do that first path and limit my career choices. I don't want college to have been wasted, disappointing my family. I choose the second path. The light and dark paths are spiraling around each other, like I remember before I was born. It's always been there. I didn't see it end this soon in memory, so maybe it's the one I'm supposed to take. I'll have an everyday life, a reflection that everyone see. Then there'll be this other side where I'm crazy and alone in the dark. If it means I don't harm anyone, I can live with that. He pulled out of the parking space and began driving home. His mind still held the image of his twisted form on the floor, but he was awake. Arriving home, he put away the groceries, removed his clothes, and stepped into the shower. Even though it was late afternoon, he felt he was just waking up, and taking a shower was part of his morning routine. He looked at the shower walls. There was his landscape barrier, ocean waves on a beach, blue sky. There were also these entities in this other space that his barriers could not block. The entities were there, but had lost interest in him. It's the way he saw things since the day at the bar. Seeing through walls and never stopped. Landscapes and entities on all flat surfaces. Even these entities were ignoring him now. Adam felt an intense wave of loneliness, picturing in his mind his broken body, lying, unmoving. He closed his eyes and placed his forehead on the shower wall, water still running over him. Adam's forehead touched the wall, and his senses moved into this other space occupied by these entities. He was with them, above his landscape barrier, on this different plane of existence. Adam looked around. The dark entities and lost souls were there. He no longer mattered to them. Then he noticed other entities he had not seen before, taller, with a slight glow that sparkled like being showered with gold glitter. They were distant and looking at him. Adam couldn't make out the individual features, but they felt gentle, peaceful, opposite from what the dark entities that were full of hate and anger. Who are they? Have I seen them before? They can see the other entities, but the other dark entities can't see them. Strange. Adam pulled his head away from the wall. His landscape barrier was still there. The dark entities and lost souls are slightly above his landscape. He focused and could barely make out these shimmering entities in this newly discovered space. Were they above the darker entities somehow? Adam again closed his eyes and placed his forehead on the shower wall. He was entering the space where these darker entities existed. It's like I'm moving up a ladder. First there's my landscape barrier, then above that is the space occupied by these dark entities. Now that I'm in these dark entities area, I can see a level above theirs into a new space, and where these other, more peaceful entities exist. He pulled his head back and opened his eyes. Again, a new landscape barrier appeared in the shower wall, this time a ridge of mountains. All right, I'm taking the path of living two lives. One life that everyone sees, then my crazy little world where I'm alone in the dark. At least there are these other peaceful entities. Ha! I'm crazy, and none of this really exists. So that's my life now. All right, crazy little world. I'll deal with you as if you're real. Why not? Crazy people do exist. I'm just one of them. Adam focused his senses on seeing his broken, twisted form. I can't move. I can't fight the dark entities like this. They must know that because they're ignoring me now. I can't help lost souls anymore either. Maybe it's like that last song I heard on the radio. Defiant. Defending. My human body can still interact with other people, even if my etheric side can't. I can still help, but it'll have to be in small ways. I'll have to be so that they don't notice. I can't have them learn more about me and lock me up. I'm broken and alone, but I can still help others. That's what I'm going to do. As Adam continued to see his broken etheric form, he saw a hand move. It wasn't much, but it moved. He felt the slightest bit of hope. It was enough. Chapter 30. Hope. Adam had been sending out resumes everywhere for a month now. Most didn't reply, with the rest being rejections. He decided against working in a laboratory setting. During his college toxicology labs, he learned that he was in the 10% of people who develop severe rodent allergies as a result of working with them. He could lay his arm on a surface and know if it was a rat or mouse that ran across it. His arm would break out in a rash. Animal research was not an option. Instead, he focused on the environmental aspect of his degree. He loved nature. After all, he talked to everything in nature, and they responded to him. Adam did not include that in his resume. Adam grabbed another stack of resumes and drove to the post office. It was late, and he wanted to get these mailed, but he was out of stamps. Adam could get stamps from the on-site vending machine and mail this batch. The landscape he saw on the road driving to the post office was pine woods. Woods. Nice. Thank God for the landscape barriers. If I didn't have those, I think I'd really be crazy. Anyone I tried to explain to this would think I was blind drunk seeing two things simultaneously. The voice on the radio said, "Now for another great hit. Double vision." How can these kinds of coincidences be every day? It's not possible. Maybe this world is just an illusion, a simulation, like that memory before I was born. There are people out there controlling it, having a joke. Did they crush this other side of me for a laugh? At least I saw my entire etheric arm move today. That's something. It was dark as Adam pulled into an empty parking lot. The main post office was closed, but the mailboxes and the stamp machine were always open. He calculated how much money he would need for all the stamps. Crap! I'm short $1 to get the minimum I need. Coincidences happen all the time. Daily coincidences for the radio. I've had money turn up before when I needed it. Adam recalled what Eric taught him. To picture in your mind a thing, push yourself to know that it's real. See yourself doing what you envision and know that it is your reality. It can't hurt to try. Adam pictured himself finding a $1 bill, focusing on it happening, knowing that he would find it. He let the feeling of him finding a $1 bill flow all around him. He looked around the post office. Didn't see a dollar bill. Didn't work. I'll get them mailed when I come back later. Adam mailed all he could, then he walked out of the post office toward his car. He looked down as he walked. and stuck on the side of the curb was a $1 bill. Did that really work, or was it just another coincidence? He shrugged and thought no more about it as he walked back into the post office to get the remaining stamps he needed. He put the dollar in the machine. The machine spits it out. Adam became irritated and said, "Come on, take it." The machine spits it out. "Come on." The machine spits it out. "Come on, I don't want to play." The machine spits it out. "Please take it." The machine spits it out. "I don't want to play." The machine spits it out. Adam had enough. "Fine, let's play." Adam put the dollar bill in the vending machine, quickly pulled his hand back, cupping it. He formed a ball of energy in his palm. Then he pushed his palm outward to the dollar bill slot, allowing the power to go into the machine. The machine accepted the dollar bill, and Adam could get the remaining stamps. "Happy now?" Adam turned and was shocked to see a lady standing behind him, watching the whole event. He didn't see her. Adam didn't feel her. He had focused on the machine to the exclusion of everything else. "Oh, hello," he said, moving to the side. The expression on her face, she is freaked out, almost terrified to be alone in the post office with me. I need to leave quickly. He had seen that expression before, in Tim and Tyrone. He knew what it was. He left the post office, got in his car, and drove home. He could mail the remaining resumes later. She would have been so scared if I stayed there, alone with a crazy person. They could never understand how crazy I really am. He reached out and turned on the radio. The song playing on the radio was "Crazy on You." Yep, that's me, driving crazy, alone in the dark. Adam decided putting stamps on the resumes could wait until morning. He was tired and crawled into bed. As he lay there, he thought of everything that had just happened, the coincidences of the songs on the radio, knowing he would find a dollar bill, then found it, then using his personal energy to make the machine accept his dollar. The lady was scared, like everyone else is always frightened. Tears began falling onto his pillows. He was homesick, even though he was in an apartment in his parents' backyard. He wanted to go home, but he didn't know where home was. He knew it wasn't here. Adam woke, still feeling lonely. I need to get away from here, find somewhere else, somewhere bigger than this town, somewhere far enough away from the parents that I'm on my own, but not so far away that they can't visit. A place like Dallas-Fort Worth. It's only a 5-hour drive. Any kind of job offer would be nice. He thought back to the night before and wondered if he really made that happen. Maybe it was just a coincidence. But of course, trying the same thing couldn't hurt. Only he would know about it. He created an image in his mind of getting a call, then getting a job offer to move to the DFW area. He solidified the idea in his mind and pushed it out into the universe. This was going to be his reality. He would get a call and an offer. Then he would move to the DFW area. He pictured himself in an apartment in a large city, imagined himself driving in the traffic with a never-ending supply of things to do. The phone rang. "Hello? Is this Adam McClure?" "Yes." "I'm Craig Allister. I'm with Engineering's Assisting the Environment, EAE. We're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We subcontract to the Environmental Protection Agency. I'd like to talk to you if you've not already found a job. We have an opening. If you have time, could we meet and talk?" "I'd love to meet and talk. If you don't mind me asking, how did you find me? I don't remember sending a resume to EAE." "Well, you didn't send one. That's why we need to talk. I need to see your resume and talk to you. We have a safety officer who needs an assistant. He has a toxicology degree from your university and wanted someone with the same degree. He wanted them to be from the same university. We called and asked who they would recommend. The lady on the phone said there were a few dozen in your graduating class, and most of them already had jobs. Then she recommended you. She seemed to know you personally, something about not getting a deserved scholarship. She gave us your contact information." "That's great. When and where can we meet?" "How about today at 3 at the Monroe Airport?" "Perfect. Are you in town?" "No, I'm flying through and have a 1-hour layover. We can talk about the job during the layover, but I have to stick to the schedule. Bring your resume." I'll be there. Bye. Bye. Did that really happen? Adam said out loud. Shower, shave, suit, resume, so much to do. Calm down. Plenty of time. Get there early. Be waiting. I've got to go in and tell the parents what just happened. That is so crazy. To get an interview? No resume was sent. He was looking for me. That doesn't happen. And picturing that something like this would happen, and then it happened? Another coincidence? It doesn't matter. Stay in the real world. You've got things to do. Adam got everything ready and arrived at the airport. I'm so nervous. This is the first interview I've had. Imagine working in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for an environmental company. It's perfect. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this job, even if it means using my crazy little world to help. I need this. Hello, Mr. Allister. I'm Adam McClure. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Adam. Let's sit over there and get to it. I have about 45 minutes before I need to get to the gate. Can I see your resume? Adam handed it to Mr. Allister. Adam took this pause to open his senses, feeling himself linking with Mr. Allister. I'm seeing memories of a fishing hobby, something to bring up. I'll be able to focus on the positive parts of the conversation and move away from anything he feels is negative. Adam, we currently have 3 more years on our current contract with the EPA, so this position is limited to 3 years. Is that a problem? Not at all. I'm sure there are plenty of other opportunities in the DFW area should I get the job and choose to stay there. That's great to hear. Most people want a job that may last a lifetime, and it's good you're flexible. You'll be working under our current safety officer. He's only a few years older than you, but he is amazing. I thought he was nuts saying he only wanted someone from his college with his degree, but if they come out like him, absolutely. Are you familiar with material safety data sheets? Of course. A part of the degree, several classes on industrial hygiene dealt with not only reading, but also creating MSDSs for the public. That's what I was hoping to hear, but it's such an odd thing I wanted to confirm it with you. Adam and Mr. Allister talked for the full 45 minutes. My time's up. I've got to run. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me on short notice. We haven't discussed salary or benefits, but I'm out of time. We can talk on the phone later about that, but I'd like to get a general idea if you're interested before I go. I'm more than interested. It's perfect. I'm looking forward to giving you a yes answer as soon as I get that call. Excellent. I literally must run now. Thanks for meeting with me, Adam. Bye. Bye, Mr. Allister. Adam watched as he ran through the airport. Adam said, I can't believe that just happened. I got a call, an interview, an offer, and I accepted on the same day. How does that shit happen? I'm going to be moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, subcontracted to the EPA, working with the environment. I love nature. It's the perfect job. That's so crazy. Adam couldn't wait to tell his parents as he drove home. He was so excited. As he drove, an image formed in his mind. His etheric self was using both arms to try and push itself up. Legs unmoving, wings bloodied on the ground, great rips in his back, propping himself up on the elbows looking around, flesh hanging loose from gashes on his face. So much blood. It didn't scare Adam. It was part of him. It was who he was now, no matter how crippled. Adam didn't see the horror of what happened. He only felt one thing: hope.